Where?
А меня слышно?
I beg your pardon, milady, but could you tell me what's new around here? I'm asking because I've just arrived.
If it's mercenary work you're interested in, I can't help you. You'll have to ask elsewhere. God be with you. The angel of the Lord appeared unto Mary.
Excuse me?
God be with you. What'll it be? Two warriors.
But why would he come here?
Why wouldn't he? Hello, the worth Henry. I'm just holding a discussion with the...
That's not how I... In the end, as my Großvater said, the strings of a cask. What do you say?
Aye. I have to admit, the soldiers here look pretty fearsome.
I get the feeling you'd run.
Leave him.
Now look here, I was just being polite.
Ach ja?
Do you fancy...
Come, Junge. We'll stuff your clothes with straw, so you don't pull cock. The first to...
Mercy! Leave me be!
А? Не знаю. Нет.
I bought a lovely you.
Excellent, Henry.
Ah, gut gemacht. You have my admiration.
You should receive some kind of...
What?
I was rearranging our saddlebags and I remembered I...
Oh,
A hunting crossbow. I was meaning to sell it, but...
my word. I better go and find Zizka. Tomorrow.
I saw you...
Do you want to come with us to see Yobs?
Not really. I have a feeling we'll have to...
Why?
A woman's in...
See you soon. Good luck to you, friend.
And this scar? It's strange, crooked, like a letter from a fancy book.
Ah, this. I fell off the battlements at Laxenburg Castle.
Lord above! From the walls! And were you conquering or defending that castle, sir?
Well. Depends on how you look at it. We were storming a wine cellar, you see.
Ah, I do.
How are things, Captain?
What do you think? I've seen...
Yeah.
Just wait until you've been through as much...
Nah, don't say that.
But enough chat. I see.
That's why I'm here. I wanted to take Catherine along, too.
She's doing the right thing, and you better run ahead and...
Are you expecting...
I always expect trouble. Yobs, and the way things are these days, I'd rather have horses standing by, even on a visit to my parents.
What about that dry devil of yours? Did you find out where he went?
No, nobody asked him where he was going, but it seems... I'm not surprised. If I... He might. To be honest.
Should I really go and see Yobst on my own? He's a Margrave.
So what? You already know him better than I do. You met him in Rıtzar. I only know what I've heard.
All right, but he sent for us both.
A bit odd, I suppose. But you must understand...
All right, then. I'll be going, then.
And again, come on. I'm sorry.
Henry. Where's Captain Zizka?
He got held up.
I received a report that von Bergov's banner is flying in the camp of my dear cousin Sigismund, so I assume the negotiations at Trotsky didn't go too smoothly.
No, sir. I don't have good news for you, I'm afraid.
Well, good or bad, I'm sure you have plenty to report. So what happened with von Berghoff at Trotsky?
Berghoff had no interest in our message. By the time we finally arrived at Trotsky, he'd already but of course he didn't tell Sir Hans and me anything. And on top of that, everything went to hell in the end, and we ended up in a dungeon. Or at least I did. In fact, that's why we're here.
So I've heard. But it's been some time since our meeting in Rıçay, and now...
An unexpected...
Yes, of course, I've heard of Zizka before. And of his... But I don't know where...
We met outside Trotsky. We crossed swords. I can only
And who was giving...
I think it's some Jan Sokol.
That would make sense.
Forgive me, my lord, but aren't you all on the same side?
Bear in mind that my dear cousin, His Majesty King Wenceslas, has many supporters, and each of them has their own idea.
I understand.
On the contrary, it's all... If I could get them all together in one banquet hall, give them their fill... Let's move on. I heard something about a pillory and poaching.
Things went wrong right from the beginning. Lord Capon and I were lucky to get out of it alive.
But von Berghoff refused to aid a nobleman in need. That seems pretty low for a man of his stature.
Well, to be honest, Lord Capon didn't... We were ambushed while bathing in a pond. And then we fled through the woods.
Ah, that must have been...
Not only for him, sir. I may be just a bastard, but that doesn't mean I'm...
Of course, but there is a difference between disgrace for a commoner. In any case, are you sure there's nothing else you want to tell me?
Well, you should probably know that Istvan Toth was working for von Berghoff.
Who's he?
One of Sigismund's cronies. He was causing...
Ah, yes. Hanush and Radzig mentioned some such person. They even foolish...
They had to. They gave him their word.
Yeah.
Well, no one let him go this time.
Very good. From what I've heard, he was a bandit and a... And do you want to tell me anything else?
That's all that happened, sir.
Truly. My court messenger and bearer of tidings, both good and bad, John of Liechtenstein... By the way, you said you were in von Berghoff's... Tell me,
Well, they asked questions, yes.
how did you prepare yourself?
I just thought something up.
Henry, what exactly did you... What you might consider to be a minor detail might be...
I don't know.
But you said you had time to think?
Well...
I've had better liars than you failed to trick me.
Although it wasn't me who told him, von Berghoff...
What info?
About Liechtenstein. That he's in Kutum. I'm really sorry, sir, but...
But you've nothing to be ashamed of. I think it's too much to expect.
But Lord Liechtenstein... What if they killed him?
John went straight into the lion's den. He knew the risks. Thank you for the news. You're free to go if you want. But I would be glad if you, as soon as it's possible, you can join a legation heading for Rıçay.
What? I have to rescue Sir Hans.
A noble thought. But you mustn't worry about Lord Capon.
But I made a promise, sir.
I understand, but honestly, Lord Capon is now safer than the most sensible course now.
Margrave.
Ah, Captain Zizka. Henry and I were just discussing Lord Capon.
Yeah, the Margrave thinks he's in no danger, and we should wait for a ransom demand.
As one does.
I wanted to talk to you about something else. I suppose you're wondering why your friend Hinnek, also known as the Dried Devil, isn't here?
Oh, there's plenty of gossip going on around the fortress. You and Pisek refused to grant him asylum.
Asylum is for those in distress, Captain. Hinek came to burn and pillage. I have quite different plans.
Oh. And what might those be, Margrave? Sitting and talking while King Wenceslas rots in a dungeon. What would I expect? Not so long ago, you were conspiring with Sigismund against Prokop, your own brother!
It would be futile trying to explain to you the intricacies of the Luxembourg's dynastic politics. Let me just explain that that was what was called for in the situation. But I assure you that I am now acting in the best interests of this country and of King Wenceslas.
You're acting first and foremost in your own interests. Everyone knows that.
Strong words coming from a man who earns his bread by killing merchants on the road. No offense intended. I applaud your art. The pen is mightier than the sword, but there are times when it's vice versa. Enter!
All ready to leave now, sir?
Good. It's high time. I expect the captain was about to leave anyway. Are you not?
With pleasure.
And you, Henry?
Me? Well, sir, I made a promise.
I understand. I won't attempt to keep you here by force. But bear in mind, I have concluded a very fragile truce with Sigismund, which gives us time to get ready. And if anyone should disrupt my plans with headstrong acts of violence, there will be consequences. Grave consequences. I consider this matter closed. Farewell and good luck.
I get the feeling Yopes didn't make a great impression on you. Are we leaving?
Yeah. And Henry's going with us.
Wait, you'll help me find Capon?
Sure. But we'll need people for that. And information. Catherine, I've got a job for you.
Yes?
Go to Kuttenberg. Find out what happened to Liechtenstein. If anyone knows what's going on in this godforsaken country, it'll be him. In the meantime, we'll go and find Dry Devil and his band.
Good luck. I'd go all the way to Rome to spy if it kept me away from the devil.
Let's go! Stay close. The devil doesn't know you, but he should recognize me, even like this, unless he speaks.